Do you want to get better at talking to people? I want to help you get better at talking to people, okay? I love talking to people. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I have a lot of thoughts about this. Being able to talk to someone well inside of an interview, being able to talk to someone well inside of a workplace, at the grocery store, at the gym. This is so important, such an important life skill. Best connections are going to come from talking to people. Learning the most things are going to come from talking to people, okay? I want to help you, okay? If you're new here, I'm Austin. I'm a co-owner of cloudmusicsuite.com, and on this channel, we talk all things money and personal development. So if that sounds up your alley, go ahead and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. As a thank you for subscribing, here is a beautiful picture of both of my animals, my turtle and my kitty cat. Hope you enjoyed those. Also, if you could comment literally anything down below. Could be about my turtle or my kitty cat. All right, literally anything down below. It helps out this tiny little channel we have here in a massive, massive way. And I hope you get a lot of value out of today's video, okay? Being able to talk to people comfortably is so, so important in order to make you achieve what you want to achieve. So I have like 6 or 7 tips here that I want to give you, all for free, just for the cost of one like button smash, okay? All right, number one, I know it's obvious, but first thing is to just do it more. If I don't talk to people, how am I going to get better at talking to people? We got to live in the cringe. We got to live in the uncomfortable environment of talking to someone, right? You're going to be bad, right? If you feel like you're bad right now, tomorrow you're not going to be great, okay? It's fine. It doesn't matter. Who cares? No one cares. That's one of the points that I'm going to talk about later. No one cares, okay? That said, talk to people at the grocery store. Go to the clerk that you feel like you're going to have a good interaction with, or the cashier, I should say. Have a conversation with the cashier. Hey, where do you go to school around? If it's a younger person, do you go to school around here? Oh, where do you go to school? Just spark up a conversation. See what you can do. See what you can make happen. At the grocery store, we'll keep the grocery store analogy, right? You're in the produce aisle. Talk to someone about, I've never seen okra like this before. Random stuff. Got to get more comfortable. So just do it more every situation you can. When you're in the elevator, all right, and it's awkward, you like look over at the person, say something. Be the one to say something. You're going to get better at talking to people by doing it more. You got to do it consciously. You got to go out and try to have conversations with people so that you can say, am I actually bad? Like maybe you're not bad. Maybe you just think you are, right? Maybe you're great at talking to people. You just have a little bit of anxiety before you start talking to someone. That's definitely possible. So do it more. Talk to people a lot. All right. Next one up is let's do our best to take the judgment out of the situation. Self-judgment as well as judgment of other people. Let's try not to judge what other people are telling us when we're having a conversation with them. That's going to put me on the defensive. It's going to change my body language, and this person's not really going to want to talk to me anymore, and then the conversation might die. That might be the reason that it feels like you're bad at talking to people, because you're judging them, and then your body language changes, and now they don't really want to tell you anything anymore because you're kind of closed off or whatever the case may be. So take away the judgment of what someone else is saying. Just, it is what it is. They said what they said, and just respond appropriately. Take away the judgment from yourself. You stumble on your words, dude, who cares? You say and ah, who cares? You wait for a long time like this, and you put a big space before the next word, who cares? That's an effective strategy as a speaker that can hold someone's attention really long. It's fine. Your speech pattern's not gonna be the same as everyone else's. My speech pattern's a little weird. I don't care. Like, I have no opinions about it. I feel nothing about it. I do not judge myself about it. I do not care at all whatsoever. I take the judgment completely out. That makes for a much more smooth conversation with anyone I'm talking to. I'm trying to take the judgment out of what they're saying and the judgment out from myself. Next one up here, becoming more present as an individual. So this is kind of getting real deep. I want to be an extremely present and intense listener. I also want to be extremely present when I'm speaking. I don't want to just be a rambler. I don't want to be unaware and unconscious of the next thing I'm about to say. And I don't want to feel like, oh, what did I just say? If you're in that position, we're not very present in this moment right now, okay? Consciously thinking through what we're saying and being present, that's going to help a lot, right? You're going to say exactly what you want to say. You're not going to feel judgy of the past or anxious about the future of like, oh, what if I say something stupid? No, we're in the present right now. Oh, what if I said something stupid? What if they're judging me? Dude, that's past. It's gone. We're only here right now. There is only right now. So getting a little bit more mindful about the space you're in, the situation you're in, looking someone in the eyes, feeling the human connection that you're making with them, and just accepting that this is a beautiful moment and you should be present in it and not worried about anything else. We've all had that time where we're like, oh my God, I don't want this conversation to continue anymore. And you check out, you look away from them, your body language changes, whatever the case may be, you give them short answers. Let's just not do that. Unless, of course, you have to go somewhere, in which case you could say, hey, I'd love to finish this conversation later. Here's my number. Let's talk about it on text or whatever the case may be. All right. So becoming more present as an individual is definitely going to help a lot with getting better at talking to people. Next one up, inside of a conversation, don't be afraid to ask a follow-up question. When I'm just watching other people's conversations, it's like, oh, well, hey, are you from around here? No, I'm from Ohio. Oh, cool. And that's it. Like the conversation ends right there. That person probably feels like they're bad at talking to people, like, oh God, this is so awkward. All they would have had to do is say, oh, you're not from around here? No, I'm from Ohio. Oh, really? What part of Ohio? Oh, about 20 minutes outside of Cincinnati. Oh, cool. Are you a Reds fan? Cincinnati Reds? And they're like, oh no, I don't really watch baseball. And they're like, well, are you into any activities or sports? And they're like, oh, I really like ice hockey. And you're like, oh, sick. You like ice hockey? I'm not an ice hockey guy, but like, why do you like ice hockey? Is like a family thing? Or look, you can go, there's so many different paths you can go, but the follow-up question is number one. And it's not just one follow-up question, just follow up with another question, another question, another question. I've heard a quote in the past that says, he who asks the most questions has the most control of the conversation. So if you feel like out of control of conversations sometimes, be the question asker, and then you're kind of guiding the conversation to where it needs to go. So don't be afraid to ask that follow-up question, even if it feels forced for a little bit. That's okay. It might be forced, like you might actually be forcing it, but that's okay. You're just trying to make conversation, trying to get better at talking to people, vital skill. Try out number 4, which is follow-up questions. Number 5, silence is totally okay. It's okay. It's okay to be silent before you start a conversation. It's okay to be silent after someone says something to you or they ask you a question and you just want to think for a sec. That's totally cool. Silence is not a bad thing. Silence is not inherently awkward. It's only awkward if you feel like it is. It's only awkward if you make it awkward. I don't feel anything when there's silence. Inside of an interview, if I have to wait to answer a question, I don't care. I'm going to be silent and wait till I have my answer right. If anyone's ever seen Elon Musk, like that dude will wait like 10 seconds, 15 seconds before he answers a question sometimes. It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. And I feel like it makes a lot of people very uncomfortable. So he's giving a thoughtful answer. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about 15 seconds of silence. So I don't want that to overtake my brain where it's like, oh my God, why is it so quiet right now? And then the next 15 words that someone says, I'm not even engaged with what they're saying because I'm thinking about, I'm like, got to get back in the conversation. I don't care. I like silence. I enjoy it. I'm okay with it. Yes, I love talking to people, but I'm also okay with silence. Last one I've got here is just be aware and present about your nonverbal communication. Are you shutting people out with your body language? Probably. Are you crossed arms all the time? Are you looked away from them, right? If they're looking you this way and you're kind of looked away and then every now and then you look over to them, what does this tell them? This tells them that I don't want to hear what they have to say. That might not be true. I might just be uncomfortable with facing them like this. So it's okay. Make the eye contact. Make a face when they say something like, oh, no, I'm an ice hockey fan. Oh, you're an ice hockey fan? I have emotion in my face. Now I'm invested. I'm engaged. Now they're going to want to say more back to me and I can make an engaging conversation. If I'm like closed off and I'm looking away and then I come back and I'm like, not ideal, right? This is, you're clearly uncomfortable. You clearly don't want to be in this conversation. This person's probably not going to want to hold on this conversation with you because it's not that much fun in quotes. It's not super engaging to them. It's not stimulating to their brain. It's not stimulating to their nervous system, right? Because they're not getting much response from you. So have nonverbal communication. Move your hand when you say something. Move your body. Think about the position you're in. If I have more of an open stance and an open chest, or like I put my hands over my head, I'm kind of in a receiving position. I'm okay. I'm ready to hear what they have to say. I'm relaxed. I'm cool. I'm chilling. I'm ready to receive all the things that they're going to throw at me in this conversation. So think about body language. Think about the faces you make. Like you can have a skeptical face. Like that's okay. Make those faces. Be okay with having some expression in your face. And then think about the typical body posture you're holding and just be aware. Okay. Be aware of what my posture looks like and my stance is looking like. All right. Try any of those, try all of them, but most importantly, you gotta go do it. You gotta go talk to people, okay? So go out there, talk to people, get better at talking to people, drop a comment down below, talk to me in the comments, and drop a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in.